One more. Taraha krutaha, being defamed. Vipralabdaha, being cheated. Shaptaha, being cursed. Kshiptaha, disturbed by negligence. Hataha, or even being killed. Api, also. Na, never. Asya, for all these acts. Tat, them. Pratikurvanti, counteract. Tat, the lords. Bhaktaha, devotees. Prabhavaha, powerful. Api, although. He, certainly. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. The devotees of the Lord are so forbearing that even though they are defamed, cheated, cursed, disturbed, neglected, or even killed, they are never inclined to avenge themselves. Please repeat. The devotees of the Lord are so forbearing that even though they are defamed, cheated, cursed, disturbed, neglected, or even killed, they are never inclined to avenge themselves. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Rishi Shamika also knew that the Lord does not forgive a person who has committed an offense at the feet of a devotee. The Lord can only give direction to take shelter of the devotee. He thought within himself that if Maharaj Parikshit would counter-curse the boy, he might be saved. But he knew also that a pure devotee is callous about worldly advantages or reverses. As such, the devotees are never inclined to counteract personal defamation, curses, negligence, etc. As far as such things are concerned, in personal affairs, the devotees do not care for them. But in the case of their being performed against the Lord or His devotees, then the devotees take very strong action. It was a personal affair, and therefore Shamika Rishi knew that the king would not take counteraction. Thus, there was no alternative than to place an appeal to the Lord for the immature boy. It is not that only the Brahmanas are powerful enough to award curses or blessings upon the subordinates. The devotee of the Lord, even though he may not be a Brahmana, is more powerful than a Brahmana. But a powerful devotee never misuses the power for personal benefit. Whatever power the devotee may have is always utilized in service towards the Lord and His devotees only. Sanstha Bhaktivedanta Purpoto Madhyanathimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Ma Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we are witnessing the pastime, Parikshit Maharaj's pastime, in the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam, and the chapter title Parikshit cursed by a Brahmana boy. So when the Parikshit was cursed by a Brahmana boy, what was his reaction? Shamika Rishi is also contemplating what will be the reaction of Parikshit Maharaj. He thought if Parikshit Maharaj would counter curse the boy, that will balance the equation. He was actually desiring better Parikshit Maharaj also curses back. But this verse is talking about how the pure devotees, they respond to various situations. Tiraskruta vipralabdha. The first kind of a situation is tiraskruta. In Telugu it is there, tiraskaram, meaning he is defamed. Devotees, they may have some personal fame, but if somebody defames, that's called tiraskruta. Then vipralabdha, then he is cheated. Sometimes, particularly in the beginning days, when the Western devotees used to come to India, for them India is a dreamland. In the teachings of Vedas, in Prabhupada's teachings, they understood the glories of India, and then when they came to India, suddenly they saw, many people used to cheat them. Prabhupada used to sometimes point out that you're getting cheated. That means they will sell an item which is 1 paisa worth to some 10 rupees. It's like that. So it's a cheating. Then shaptaha, shaptaha. Shap means cursed. So Parikshit cursed by a Brahmana boy, that's the title. And kshiptaha, disturbed by negligence. Sometimes devotees are neglected. Even though he may be seated and waiting for a donor, and when the donor is going inside the office, he saw the devotee, but he doesn't. Negligent. He just goes inside, and then if you are trying to meet him, he will say, "No, I am in a meeting." You are waiting 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and he is not coming out, nor is he asking you to come inside. So neglected. You feel neglected. I am waiting for so many hours, and then nobody is bothering. So kshipta. So we'll get disturbed also. 3 hours you wait, and then nothing to, there is no opportunity to meet. Then immediately we become disturbed. So kshipta, disturbed by negligence. Hatha, sometimes devotees are even killed. Like in the USSR, when the devotees were preaching during the communist regime, those days, some devotees were killed also. In the battle against Maya, sometimes devotees may be killed. So we see this in Ramayana, that when the Sita was abducted by Ravan, Jatayu tried to oppose Ravana's action, and in that fight we know that Jatayu gets killed. So shapta, shipta, hatha api na asya tat pratikurvanti. In these cases, for all these acts, what does the devotee do? Pratikurvanti, does he counteract? Does he take any revenge? He says, na asya. They don't take any revenge. Tad bhakta prabhavopi. Why they don't take revenge? Are they very weak people? No. Even if they are very powerful. They are actually very powerful. But then they are so forbearing. They are tolerant. They are tolerant and then they don't take any revenge. So Prabhupada here is explaining about an important principle. If all these acts are towards personal self, and at a personal level, you are defamed or you are neglected or whatever, a devotee should tolerate. But if the defamation or all these things are against the organization, against the Lord or against the other devotees, then one has to counteract. For example, when you are going out, let us say auto wala, he says, yes, meter. And then at the time of getting down, he will say, no, 1.5 meters. Or 2 times the meter. He is trying to cheat. So that time, what should be the mood of the devotees? Should he just accept, okay, what to do? You are cheating me, so it's fine. No, it is institutions' money, organizations' money. It is Krishna's money, deity's money. So you see in Prabhupada's pastimes also, when Prabhupada first time he comes to India, he uses that 40 rupees that he kept with him for going to America. The same 40 rupees he uses. When he gets down, that time auto wala is objecting. He's saying, no, you should pay me more. And Prabhupada, if you see, you will be surprised. He will be arguing with the auto driver. He is refusing to pay anything excess. He's a Vaishnava Acharya, Acharya of a big parampara. Why is he fighting with an auto driver? Yes, because that money is Krishna's money. He doesn't want Krishna's money to go into Maya's hand. Sometimes we feel, why, what is there, okay, 5 rupees, 10 rupees, sort of buy. But using that 5 rupees or 10 rupees, he will smoke one more BD extra. Or he will purchase another half bottle. So in one sense, Krishna's money is now going towards sinful activities of that fellow. That's why devotees, they remain strict. So, tiraskruta, defamation. Somebody defames personally. For example, you are going for preaching and there are many children are there, and then they will see your choti. What do you call this? Shikha. In Hindi, okay. Telugu pilaka. So they will see this and then they will be smiling. Hey, వాడికి పిల్లకుందిరా అనేసి. So they will be doing fun. They see us and they will be laughing. So that's actually tiraskruta. It's a defamation. That too by children. But devotee, he will also smile. He will smile them back and then Chandare Krishna and then he will go. He will not pratikurvanti. He will not become angry and then chase them away. And then the children running, they hit something and they fall down and there is big fight. No. As a principle, why we don't take counteraction? We don't get into this revenge mood. That has to be understood. Because revenge, as soon as you do, then there is a counteraction from their side. This fruit to action and reaction, there is no end to it. So if you initiate any counteraction, you will see one more counteraction. Then again you have to, again goes on. So some things can be tolerated. So the Shastra is giving that list. Just tolerate. It's only personal thing, no? Personally somebody is. But let us say somebody makes a comment on, oh, you got the land, such a big land, you're going to do commercial, you people are all commercial, this, that and all that. Then we will counteract. In Kali Yuga, most of the counteraction is verbal only. If somebody offends like that, then some options are also given in the Shastra. Of course, if there are certain injunctions that you should cut off the tongue of the offender, but that's meant for Kshatriyas who have that power. During those days, Kshatriyas can cut off hands, cut off tongues, cut off legs. That's the way they punish offenders. So, but in Kali Yuga, in a democratic setup, and particularly a secular demoniac setup, these methods are. If somebody is offending like that, we should try to counteract by our arguments. We should argue. But let us say things are not improving, it is not coming down, is continue to offend, then walk off. Come off from that place. That's all. We are not going to take any, fighting techniques. Those things are very last option. Actual fighting, very last option. All other things are tried out and it is not working out. That time, fighting. Otherwise, we should try for truce or convince him or this and that. Some technique by which he stops his offences, and then we can go on. So, tiraskruta, if it is a personal defamation, pointing at our body and then commenting, look at his tilak, look at this all those things, that we have to tolerate. Sometimes they may comment on our color, comment on our beauty, comment on our all those things. We should just tolerate. Nothing is going to happen. So, vipralabdha, then cheating. Now here, if somebody is cheating you, you should know he is actually not cheating as a person. He is cheating organization, because you are holding the money and that money belongs to organization. So you should be very careful. With the outsiders, no, this money cheating is a very big thing. They'll cheat us. So that's why we should, ensure, we should negotiate, we should ensure that it is a proper price. I'm not paying unnecessarily extra money. That's why devotees should seek help. They should seek help from the experienced devotees. Sometimes we can seek help from some known well-wishers who are our well-wishers of the moment. We can take their helps, or what is the rate, 2000 or 1000, or what is the range, approximately 100 rupees here and there, okay. We'll try to minimize the risk. We should take help like that. Seeking help from devotees or authorities is not weakness. If you ask for help in the Vaishnava community, that is not considered as a weakness. In the outside world, if you ask help and seek help and all those things, they think, okay, he's a weak man, always asking help. But in the Vaishnava community, it is not. And we ask the outsiders also help. Why? Because hearing other person's experience and then take that experience is called first class intelligence. Just by hearing, you come to know is 30-40 years of experience in one sentence. That is called intelligence. So asking intelligent questions and taking experience of the Vaishnavas, particularly Vaishnavas, that's actually not a weakness, but it's actually very smart, a very intelligent approach. We should listen to the experiences of others. So vipralabdha, so particularly cheating is very high. A conditioned soul has these 4 defects, and one of the defect is to cheat. He naturally cheats, he doesn't know that he is cheating. He automatically cheats. So that's why we should verify, counter-verify, and then take the next step. For example, when you are going towards some unknown place, you will ask, sir, how to go? You will say like this, like this, like this. Actually, they don't mean cheating, but sometimes even though they may not know inside, they don't admit. They don't know. They'll show like this, go like this, go like this. Moment you see some hesitation like that, you should know that okay, there is some cheating maybe there. Verify. So vipralabdha shapta, if somebody curses, accept. Personal curses are accepted as grace of the Lord. Prabhupada says, I was cursed by the parents of my disciples. So he is a pure devotee, but he is not taking any counteraction for that. He just accepted. Okay. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even he was cursed. He accepted. Some Brahmana curses him that you will not have any material enjoyment in this world. Very nice. He took it as a blessing. So, similarly, we also, if it is a personal curse towards a personal self, then we should just take it as what to do is my karma. So let me take it as a boon. Curse becomes boon for a devotee. And then, so in the purport, Prabhupada explains, it's not that only Brahmanas have the power to curse or to bless their subordinates. Even devotees are powerful. Their blessings and their curses are also very powerful. Prabhupada explains they are even more powerful than Brahmanas. Although they may not be born in a Brahmana family, but because of their austerities, their tapas on a day-to-day basis. Our morning sadhana is a great tapas. Devotees participating in this sadhana, it's a great tapas. They are very powerful. So their curses and their blessings matters. Even if he is a sadhaka, even his blessings and curses are powerful. Not only sadhaka devotees, even an ordinary person's curses and blessings, even they also matter. After all, it's he has also some power Krishna has given. Even that also matters. We have seen in government office works, the file is approved, the whole thing is approved by the chief minister, but it can be stuck at a clerk. He is actually a small man, but in one sense his blessings are also required. Otherwise he will hold the file for 1 month. Within his capacity, he can put enough troubles. So don't underestimate anybody. That's why our philosophy is we should respect everybody. What is that respect? Some position, some power, something Krishna has given, respect. Even animals should be respected. Now, what is that respect? Animals were given the right, they have a power. What is that? To live. At the cost of the Almighty Father, all animals can live peacefully. That right we have to protect. So that means devotees are very careful. They don't misuse their power and lord over people. They nicely recognize the other people's power or position or whatever, and then carefully they manage. Particularly the outsiders, we should be very careful. For example, the Pandavas are mighty powerful, but Saindava could manage to stop them on one day. That power he has got. Compared to Pandavas, where is Saindava? But one day he managed to stop the Pandavas, and that created a havoc. Parikshit's father was killed. Abhimanyu was killed. See, these are all history. We have to see what to learn. And we need not have to struggle to learn. All learnings are there in Bhagavatam. The highest learning is there in Bhagavatam. The mature fruit of knowledge is available in Bhagavatam. So nicely one has to study, scrutinizing. One by word, word by word we have to take and see how it is applicable to me in my life. Like here we are seeing Shapta. So devotees' blessings, curses, anybody's, we have to be very careful. Particularly if we want to progress in Krishna consciousness, devotees' blessings are very powerful. We should always seek blessings of the other Vaishnavas. Prabhu, please bless me so that I can progress. You are serving them prasadam distribution or whatever, with the mood of seeking, getting their blessings. If you serve any other Vaishnava, we are serving with the mood that, okay, Prabhu's blessings will come to me. This should be the mood of the devotees. We should not be thinking with respect to what kind of faults are going on with him. Always mind is like that. Go on seeking what is the lacunas or what are the faults in the other people or in other Vaishnavas. That's not a proper mood. When we are dealing with Vaishnavas, we should deal with the anticipation of blessings. Prabhu's blessings, let it come. We should not calculate and estimate, he is not so much advanced. No need to be so sensitive. Calculations. These mind calculations, keep it aside. Come to submission. Is a devotee, doesn't matter whether he is few years or many years, is a devotee. We should always serve in the mood of seeking their blessings. That means, let us say you are serving prasadam distribution, let us say you are giving chapatis. Senior devotees you give very respectfully, junior devotees you throw the chapati. So that is not, so that's a mental calculation. We should not offend anybody. Of course, the junior devotee may not counteract. He will not counteract. In fact, he should not counteract. Whether senior, junior, anybody offends him like that, defame, tiraskaram, just gives the, he will not take any counteraction. Particularly against seniors or other Vaishnavas, we should never take any counteractions like that, even though you may feel neglected. So, Shapta, Kshipta. Kshipta means the negligence. In our day-to-day life, we feel neglected sometimes. May not be in the community, but when you go outside, sometimes within the community also you may feel a little neglected. That's okay. Nobody is doing it deliberately. Sometimes they may not know how to deal, how to handle. So we may feel we are neglected. That's okay. Let us say you have a disease, and then let us say 12 o'clock or something, you are supposed to get something, you're not getting. You're trying to call, nobody is lifting. You're trying to get some help, nothing. So you feel neglected. Arey, I am having such a fever and nobody is taking care of me. we may feel neglected. But actually we should take it as a, here it is said that, na asya tat pratikurvanti. We should not develop such ill feelings. Take it, yeah, actually I deserve to be neglected. But at least Vaishnavas are responding to me. Some help is coming to me. I'm in this community, I'm getting some help. Devotee, he sees Krishna's hand. He tries his best to do whatever is possible. He calls this and that, and then he knows, okay, devotees will call me, they'll remember me, my help will come, and then he'll be peaceful. So very important. Kshipta, hata. Or sometimes devotees, while executing their duties, they may die also. Of course, that's glorious death. If the devotees, as devotees, if we can die serving the mission, that is the glorious death. Till the last moment, let me go on serving Srila Prabhupada. That is a glorious death. So, death is not a surprise to us. It will come, but we should always desire that, let me die while serving my master. So, this is the hata api nasya tat pratikurvanti. He doesn't take any. So, these revengeful feelings are not good, particularly against Vaishnavas. It will lead us to an offensive path. Outsiders also, personally, we have nothing to retaliate. But then if it is against organization, carefully we should strategize and take some counteraction. If somebody is defaming and spreading some rumors, as a matter of duty, we have to counteract. But how? Not by violent methods. Maybe we will also give a press note. We'll also publish some pamphlets. We'll do something and try to counteract that propaganda. Nowadays it's all social media, so we can also send one message, circulate all around. Like that, if it is against the organization, any of these things, we should think of some counteraction, but carefully, without creating any animosity, without creating anybody becoming enemies of the organization. Very carefully we should plan, and so that our duty is done, and at the same time nobody is against us. Okay, so coming to Shamika Rishi, he understood that Parikshit Maharaj will not take any counteraction. So that's why he is now appealing to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He said, my boy is an immature person. So he has committed a grave offense. He has cursed a pure devotee who is sinless. You please, he is appealing to the Lord, please forgive him. Because there is no chance of going and approaching Parikshit Maharaj to ask pardon. Far away from the forest where they are there, and Parikshit is also destined to die in a week's time, and there is no opportunity. So he is appealing to the Supreme Lord, please forgive my child and ensure that he doesn't go through any effect. But actually, Lord Prabhupada is saying in the second line, the Lord can only give direction to take shelter of the devotee. You can only give direction to them. Even if you go to the Lord, He will say, won't take shelter of the devotee. So in case of such things, where the devotee is far away and then you felt that you are feeling, you are offended. Nowadays it's possible, you can send some WhatsApp message or you can have a WhatsApp call also and then you can say, Prabhu, I am sorry. You can say that. So if he is not accessible for whatever reason, then we can only appeal to the Lord. Please forgive me, I have done this mistake. These are all very important personal dynamics. As Vaishnavas, we should learn these dynamics. That discrimination is important in our actions. Okay, so then it is possible to smoothly progress in Krishna consciousness and then die while serving Guru. So that's why here Prabhupada is ending the purport with saying that whatever power the devotee may have is always utilized in the service towards the Lord and His devotees. If you have power, you have a lot of power, let us say, you have to use it for Krishna's service or His devotees' service. Our power should never be misused. Misusing power is the biggest threat in this world today. Prabhupada fought against this misuse of power. Two things he was very, very strongly against. Misusing of the power by these politicians, becoming atheistic, secularistic, and then stopping people from progressing in their spiritual lives, in Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada fought against all this. And then second thing is, in the name of science, promoting atheism, godlessness. This also Prabhupada fought, very vehemently he fought. So we should also ensure that we spread this movement wide and far so that people understand that yes, there is God and my government is godless and the scientists are godless. They should get educated about all this. We are not going to train people in some commando service and then make them fight against government and try to bring down the government. That is not. There are some movements like that. Maoist, Naxalite, Maoist movements. They are like that. In order to establish their philosophy, they will go to weapons and try to take over the government and all those things. But ours is not. Ours is a peaceful method. We preach to people, explaining them what is good, what is correct, and then people let them take their actions. So, we also see some false gurus and so many elements are there in Kali Yuga. If you go on fighting with all these people, you will not be able to do your actual work. What is your actual work? Make at least one person chant Hare Krishna. Let him understand Bhagavatam. Then you will see he himself will take further actions. If millions change to Krishna consciousness, they will not elect these rogues, all these people. So, that should be our goal. We wanted to change the hearts of the people and make them understand the highest Bhagavatam philosophy. Any questions? Because it is a tiraskar, that means defaming a devotee, action has to be taken. That's why in our devotee community, there is a system how these things have to be handled. Because, it's actually an offense. You're offending a devotee, so some action has to be taken. So, the devotee may remain, if it is a personal criticism, personal tiraskar, negligence or whatever, he will tolerate. But if he is defaming in the community, he is spreading some defame kind of an information, rumors basically, against one more devotee, then yes, certainly we should take action. The managers have to be alert that there are no rumors in the community, particularly against other Vaishnavas, against the movement. One should ensure that there are no rumors. See, we all joined here for truth. We are all Satya Anveshan. We are all in the search of truth, particularly absolute truth. So when you are searching truth, how can you promote rumors? Rumors are untruth. Simply true. Even if it is truth, then why it has to be promoted? Is it a promotable truth? Let us say some devotee has some weakness or whatever. Now you know that. That is not a truth that should be promoted. We should promote only Krishna. Let us say you saw somebody stealing one sweet, and let us say you spread everywhere. No need. You can go and, if you want, you can go and tell the authorities. That's enough. You take picture, you take a video, post it into the WhatsApp group. Outside world, this is what is happening now. We are not interested in all this. Just as a matter of duty, just report and leave it. Our desire should not be to defame the devotee. Okay, so in the community, yes, all these things have to be dealt appropriately, so that there are no offenses here, and then everybody progresses nicely.
Authorities also there is hierarchy. So some higher authority will be sometimes directly guiding us. So maybe this behind below him who is there, that authority might not be knowing what he has directed us. So when by following the senior authority's instruction, he may sometimes tell direction opposite to like that. So that sometimes we will be misguided. So there may be some misunderstanding also. So such a situations, how should the devotee personally think? So it's okay. It's Lord wants maybe to look into that situation, or you have to go to them or inform everything in detail what is happening.
If your authority has given direction, and immediate authority is saying something else, so then now what to do now? Should I go in this direction or should I go in that direction? So it's a genuine confusion. Genuine. So such confusions are possible. Because it could be the same work, but he may say like this you do, somebody may say like this you do. You cannot say, maybe both are correct also, but confusion is there, which one to follow. So then you have to seek the clarification. We should not proceed with the action. Seek the clarification. The junior authority, you can explain, Prabhu, that Prabhu told me to do like this. You are telling me to do like this. Now you please guide me, Prabhu, what to do. Then the junior authority should go to the senior and clarify, Prabhu, I feel we should do like this. And this may not work. What do you suggest, Prabhu? He says, no, go like this only. That's all. Everybody has to listen. You understood? Like this we should very carefully manage these confusions. Confusions will arise, but that should not be taken in a negative way. Oh, always conflicts this way, that way, this way, that way. No, it can come. Because management is like that. It has in many ways you can achieve. From here to Hyderabad, you will have some 2-3 routes. So similarly, let us say you have to prepare some item, this and that. Like he is making some wigs. There can be some 2-3 ways to do that. Let us say this room has to be cleaned. Your senior authority is saying, from there you start and clean. Junior authority is saying, from there you start and clean is confusion. But actually, both are correct only. I mean, how does it matter? But better to clarify. Instead of criticizing, oh, they're all like this only, they're fighting. They're not fighting. They don't know. So we should carefully clarify like this and then go on with your services. These differences will come even at the level of temple presidents, at the level of GBCs. The GBC's meeting, let us say there is one topic is there. All the GBCs may have their own way of handling it. They have their own ways of finding a solution to it. So there will be a very healthy discussion. There will be a very healthy discussion. It won't be like outside people arguing and fighting with each other. It will be a very respectful, healthy discussion. Prabhu, how can you prove that this will work like this? It may go like this. What are the consequences? Like that, there will be a very healthy discussion. And sometimes they'll change their opinions also. They may say something, but after hearing all the arguments of other Vaishnava, they'll say, okay, Prabhu, yeah, looks like that is better. They may change. So we should be ready for all that. We should not be egoistic that कुछ आ गया मेरे
Hare Krishna.
मुंह
Please
से,
subscribe to our
that's
channel
all.
and press
That's
the
a
bell
Shastra.
icon. Never miss any updates.
No. Something may come, but if you see the things are, other Vaishnavas, everybody is saying something else, then we are ready to change. Like that, very carefully. If it is a spiritual principles, that's all, nobody can change. Say 16 rounds you have to chant, that's all. There is nothing to, there is no arguments there. Okay? Prabhupada, yeah.
Junior authority says you have to follow me only without clarification. Just if we follow, we go to the whether to take clarification.
Immediately, if there is something to be done, you do it. And then you can seek higher understanding. You can go to the higher authority and say, Prabhu, this is what I have done it because Prabhu has asked me to do it. But somehow I am feeling that it is not correct. You please guide me. In fact, you can even ask him only, whoever is immediate authority is there, you can ask him only, Prabhu, this is what I heard from somewhere. What do you say? He'll say, no, it's okay, you do it, let us say. He's insisting. So you do it. Later on, we can clarify. If you still feel that it is not correct, you can clarify. See, if immediate authority is asking you to do something personal, let us say he is saying, you wash my clothes, or you do this, you do that, then the thing is immediately saying, no, you wash my clothes now, let us say. You wash, okay, Vaishnava Seva, you do it. But then you can go on, take some guidance. Prabhu, if Prabhu asks me like this next time, what should I do? Like that. So then that senior authority will also understand, okay, kuch ho raha hai. There's nothing wrong. We can wash other Vaishnavas' clothes and this and that. There's nothing. But there should be proper permissions. Proper permissions. Because you are taking service from God brothers, it requires permission. When Govinda comes to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu initially not accepted. But when Guru's permission was there for Govinda to assist, that time he accepted. Knowing that yes, Guru has approved this, has accepted. So similarly, in this thing also, for example, I need some help. I will seek the permission of MPP. I say, yes, this is what, I say, yes, go ahead. So, there is nothing wrong, we are ready to serve the other Vaishnavas, but it should be under authorization. That's very important. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon. Never miss any updates.